Take two. I was talking to myself just now. Anyway, I have a conversation here about banks. I wonder who out there, how many people out there think the banks are fair? Or the insurance companies, or mortgage lenders, or credit card people, or payday loans, or loan sharks, or politicians, or leaders of industry, and charities, leaders of anything, whether it be police, fire brigade, army. How many people out there in the world, and specifically in Spain and England, think that lot are doing a good job? Or have they brainwashed you into thinking everything's okay, but in your heart you know nothing's really okay? You're made to hate certain people, hate certain things, to take your mind away from what's not being done for you, to get you to be angry about something insignificant so that you don't think about the more serious things. So now I've digressed. Let me go back to something that happened in the past couple of days. I have plenty to tell you about banks in Spain, England, even in India, and mortgage lenders. And basically, they're all crooks and scammers. They're worse than the criminals and thieves. They're terrible. All of them are terrible. There's no exception. None at all. So here's an example. I went to have dinner in England with my family, and I used my Spanish SABADELL bank card. For some reason, it didn't work. Perhaps it's my fault. I'll accept I might have done that. It didn't work, so I asked my relative if he could pay. I would pay him by international transfer the next day. So he paid for it. So the next day or the same day, I made the international transfer. I'm used to doing transfers and international transfers. And generally speaking, when you make the transfer, you go through the routine and it comes with a tick at the end, transaction completed. And generally speaking, the balance of your account changes by that amount. It doesn't mean it's gone to the person you've transferred it to, but it reduces your bank account. If it can say it's ticked and everything's been done, then the person that produced the programming for that transaction should easily transfer the difference, reduce the difference, reduce the balance. And that's normally what's done. But this time it didn't. It didn't make sense for this transaction to go through and yet show nothing on my bank account, nothing showing this transaction except me having a copy of when I did it saying it's been finalized and completed. Nothing happened. So a day or so later, I did it again. Same thing, a tick, transaction completed. Again, nothing shown my bank account. Not at all. And the bank balance not being reduced. Then I got a message from my relative saying he hasn't received anything in his bank account. Well, it didn't surprise me because it takes some days and it must have been a weekend and away. I know that happens, and sometimes in Spain they get siestas and then you get bank holidays. Huh? And there's always an excuse for not dealing your money straight away, you know, like it's been sent by pigeon post rather than electronically. So I did it again today, early this afternoon, this morning, and I sent it off. And it was amazing because I checked my bank account a couple of hours ago and there it was, 3 lots gone off in one go. Now, when I first did the first one, I noticed that they were not just charging £1 or £2 or 5% commission or charge for doing the electronic transfer, not sending it by bullet cart, you know, or by a stork or pigeon over to Spain. No, electronically, they charge 20% on the transaction amount, 20%, €32. Now, their mistake, not mine. They sent 3 lots off. That's €96 for a £154 charge. I phoned them up. They're saying the same excuses, and it is excuses. Well, the bank's closed a certain day, and it doesn't go through. They didn't explain why the balance hadn't changed. There's no excuse for that. So I said, can you get it back? Yes, we can get it back, but the €32 for the 2 mistakenly sent amounts will still be charged to me, and a further €25 for altering and getting it back, and the existing 32 charge. So that would be 96 and €25 for a £154 bill. Tell me if you think that's fair. Would you give SABADELL Bank 1 out of 10 for that? Would you want to go there? Does your bank do that? Do you think it's normal? Or wasn't it down outright robbery? The poor remain poor and the rich get richer. That's true.